Assalamu alaikum everybody, this is your Arabic teacher Sam and a very warm welcome back to another episode of the Wednesday walkthroughs that we do here on the channel. So at the moment we're just doing a little walkthrough of a little story about a character called Joha. Hopefully a lot of you guys will be familiar with Joha, and if you're not, just go back to the previous video in this little playlist and go and watch the first video, because I did just sort of an intro to what Joha is and who he is. And we did the first part of this story, قصة Joha wal-Himar, the story of Joha and the donkey. And these stories of Joha are usually very short. They're sort of very short lessons, and you kind of just come away from them with just a little I don't know. I think they make you see the world in a bit more of an amusing way. Joha as a character, he sort of misunderstands things quite often and ends up just being happy because he's misunderstood things sometimes. Like he's often just sort of in blissful ignorance about stuff. So they're usually very short. I mean, some of these stories are a paragraph, So that's what we'll do. If you have a look up on the screen, we started this last week, and we read from here, from the verb arada, we read all the way down to al-himar here, okay? So we read all of that, and essentially the moral of the story was so far that Joha wanted to go and buy a donkey, and he stopped at a donkey that he liked, and he said to the person who was selling the donkey, after they had a discussion about the price, he said, "This is all I've got on me. I've only got this amount of money with me. Either sell it to me, or I'll just leave by myself. I'll leave without the donkey." So eventually the seller agreed to sell him the donkey, and and when he was walking, he was kind of sort of dragging the donkey behind him, leading the donkey, and these two thieves, two people from among the thieves, decided to plan a way to steal the donkey from Joha. Yeah, and that was what we got up to. Yeah, we had فَأَتَّفَقَا عَلَى سِرْقَةِ الْحِمَارِ. So they agreed on the stealing of the donkey, and that was where we ended. So we're up to now. You can see here we're beginning with the verb تَسَلَّلَ. This is not a very common verb. I mean, I haven't actually seen it. I've only ever seen it a couple of other times in my life, actually, outside of this text. But it means to kind of creep up on something. To creep up or to scheme or something like that, perhaps. To sneak. To sneak is maybe a better word. تَسَلَّلَ. It's a form 5 verb. It's not, تَسَلَّلَ is the verb. So, تَسَلَّلَ أَحَدُهُمَا. So, تَسَلَّلَ is a past tense verb, form 5. So, أَحَدُهُمَا, one of the two of them was sort of snuck, was sneaky. بِخِفَّة. If something's khafif, it's very lightly, so you're sort of treading softly. If you sneak lightly, that's what's going on here. We have the verb تَسَلَّلَ, and then we have أَحَدُ, and then huma. So the huma is the two of them, and the ahad is one, so one of them. So one of them snuck up بِخِفَّةٍ, with softness, sort of lightly. وَفَكَّ الْحَبْلَ. وَفَكَّ, to fakka something is to untie something. It's to untie something. And the habl is the rope. Really common word, habl. In Surah Al-Masad, for example, في جيدها حبل من مسد. There's a rope of palm fiber, hablun. And as well in the Quran, Allah says, وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا, and hold tight to the rope of Allah, hablillah. Good. Okay, and then the verb fakka means to untie something. There's a poem that one of the first ever walkthroughs we did on this channel was a walkthrough of a poem by Nizar Qabbani, and there's a part of that poem, من فك ضفائرها, and whoever unties her braids or whatever, and it's sort of a metaphor of freeing a princess. So anyways, okay, so one of the thieves sort of snuck up. وفك الحبل, and untied the rope is it min الرقبة? Usually the term for a neck is an عنق, but I think it's رقبة. من رقبة الحمار. From the neck of the himar. So the rope is around the donkey's neck, but it's min رقبة الحمار. That's an idafa, the neck of the donkey. Raqaba. It's funny that the term fakka actually is in the same verb, as the same line as رقبة, because it reminds me of an ayah in Surah Al-Balad, I believe. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الْعُقَبَةُ فَكُّ رُقَبَةٍ مَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الْعُقَبَةُ or عُقَبَةٌ فَكُّ رُقَبَةٍ, something like that. And what will, the ayah sort of loosely translates to, and what will make you understand what the good deed is? It is the freeing of a slave. فَكُّ رُقَبَةٍ is like the fakka, the untying of the رُقَبَةِ, is a term for people who are in chains. Like the freeing of the slave is the best thing, is one of the best things that you can do. But anyway, this is taking the rope off of the neck of the donkey. دون أن يشعر. So the verb شعر يشعر means to feel something, but it has to come with be afterwards, which we'll probably see. It's almost synonymous with the term حس, meaning to feel something. It just means to feel. Yeah, it means to feel. And it is related actually to the word for poetry, شعر. شعر is poetry, and a poet is a شاعر. It does come from the same root actually. Poetry is something that you feel, right? You know, feelings are what inspire poetry. So دون أن is like saying before something happens. So so one of the two thieves sort of snuck up lightly and untied the rope from the neck of the donkey before Joha could feel anything. Yeah, يشعر جوحا بشيء. There's the bit. There's actually the verb شعر bit, to feel something. Before Joha felt anything. Yeah. وربط رقبته هو بالحبل. Good. Yeah. So وربط means to tie. Yeah. So and tied his neck with like and tied his neck with a rope. Yeah. كل ذلك وجوحا لا يشعر بشيء. So there's all of that, and Joha did not feel anything. Yeah, Joha did not feel بشيء, but by sorry, not بشيء. It's لا يشعر بما, by what. He did not feel what. يجري, the verb جرى يجري means to happen or to occur. I mean, the term jari can mean to run, but like it really means to happen, to pass, for something to be going on. And he did not sort of feel what was going on. So مشى اللص خلف جوحا. So the liss is walking behind Joha now, right? He's taken the donkey and he's walking behind Joha now. خلف is a term for behind, خلفه. So مشى اللص خلف جوحا. So he is the one walking behind Joha. بينما اللص الآخر بالحمار. So بينما اللص الآخر. So the other liss, the other sort of bandit, the other thief is with the donkey. Okay. وكان مرة. مارة is nothing to do with a woman. It's not to do with an imra'a or a mar'a, if people use that term as well. It's to do with people who are like passers-by. This term, al-marra, is actually to do with marra yamurru. Marra yamurru, meaning to pass something, to pass by. This is like a group of people, al-marra. It has a ta' madbut on the end, but it's referring to a group of people. So a group of people, like passers-by, min an-nas, of the people, يرون ذلك ويتعجبون. Yeah, they saw it and they were kind of pleased. They were amused by it. Yeah, they were kind of pleased or amused by what was going on. Joha is completely oblivious. Okay, that these thieves are trying to steal his donkey. يتعجبون هذا المنظر is what it'd probably be. منظر, this sight, this thing that they're seeing. Here's the term. لهذا المنظر. Yeah, they're kind of pleased or amused, I think is perhaps a good translation for it. They're amused by this sight. ويضحكون. The verb ضحك يضحك means to laugh at something. يضحكون is obviously the plural. It's the group of people who are looking at it. They're sort of amused by it and they laugh. وجوحا يتعجب في نفسه ويقول. And Joha, yeah, يتعجب في نفسه, and he's kind of yeah, he's amused in himself. Do you know what I mean? He sees them sort of laughing, and you know, he sees them sort of laughing and being amused at him, and so he's sort of a bit happy in himself. He thinks that we're going to find out what he actually thinks, but perhaps he just thinks that they find him funny. They just find him funny to look at. Yeah. لعل تعجبهم وضحكهم يرجع إلى أنهم معجبون, maybe معجبون بحماري. Yeah, so the term لعل is from the things that makes the verb after it mansoob, but in this case it's just تعجب. It's not present tense. We don't need to do that. The verbs that are past tense are what we call mebni. They don't need to sort of they don't need to like express their case in the same way. But like perhaps they are pleased and they're laughing. Perhaps they're pleased and they're laughing. يرجع إلى أنهم. Perhaps it's sort of it's because of, or it refers to the fact that they are معجبون بحماري. They're kind of pleased or they're happy with my himar. Yeah, they like my himar. So there's sort of Joha walking along, thinking that that these people, these passers-by, are really amused and impressed by his donkey, that he's just walking behind him. And he's just walking forward completely oblivious to the fact that these two thieves are stealing his donkey. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, cool. So that's it. Yeah, that's the language. That's the language that's going on in it. That's pretty much everything for that video. Inshallah, by this point as well, the what is it? The skill builders for these two. So the talk throughs. So like the video of this story, as well as the whole transcript, as well as the vocab list, and as well as the breakdown of the vocab and stuff like that, will all be in this resources library as well. For those of you on the 60 Steps program, you can access that now. Yeah, just a little note for those of you guys who are on the program, you can get access to that now. Yeah, and obviously having it written out in written form, if there is anything that I ever need to correct or update or anything like that, I can just do that in there as well. So that's cool that you guys be able to access that, inshallah. Okay, so that's everything for this video. Perhaps we'll continue with another story of Joha, maybe next time. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we'll continue with next week. You know, we maybe even go back to doing one of the stories of the prophets or something, because a lot of people benefited from that. We could choose a different prophet and do something from the story of the prophets again, inshallah. But that's everything for this video. Last note is that I will say is that please make an effort to be learning my word a day leading up to Ramadan. Every single day I have a piece of content coming out in addition to all the usual stuff. Just doing one word a day, and we're going to do one of the most frequent words used in the Quran all the way up to Ramadan. So we're going to start with the most frequent word that's used in the Quran, and we're going to work our way through the whole list of the most frequent words in the Quran. And we're going to hopefully learn 100 words together up until Ramadan, and that'll prepare us really well, inshallah, because we can probably cover about 50% of the vocab that actually occurs in the Quran, which is amazing. Yeah, so that's it. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to like and share it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already. We are now 1 day away from February, and I would really love us to hit 5,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel by February. So if you're not a subscriber yet, it would help me out massively if you would subscribe to the channel for me, inshallah. See you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow will be grammar time. Make sure you come back to the channel tomorrow, 5 o'clock, for grammar time. I'll see you guys then. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.